All right, what's up everyone? It's Dave Stone with another exciting episode of Develop Awesome Skills. Now it's April right now, it's mid-April, so here in Phoenix. And you see I have my structure up there that I took the shade cloth down over the winter, the fall and the winter and the spring. And now it's we're gonna be getting close to hitting 100 degrees soon. So it's time for that to go up. So what I did a few things to start off with. As you can see, this is a nice big structure. Now this is made out of, I'll get a close up on it. This is made out of the top row of the chain link fence, like that thinner top piece of the chain link fence, and some little brackets that they sell at Home Depot, some corner brackets. It's a pretty inexpensive way and to get really long poles that are nice and sturdy, and to build a nice big structure that's tall, kind of for a whole area of trees. And this is for my tropical section. Now my carob tree is now starting to actually grow over the canopy area, which was my intention. So I really want that carob tree to get big and tall and grow up over this whole section here. But until that happens, I want to protect all these mangoes and avocados from the summer sun. So that's the intention of this setup. These were 10-foot poles, and I pounded them into the ground. Well, they might have been 11-foot poles, but I pounded them in the ground 2 feet. And I think they're about 9 foot tall right now. But as you can see up on the top here, I got these L brackets that fit right around them and then just tighten up. And it's a really nice kind of way to do it. And then on this side, I got for the supports, I just got one that goes across and then it loops around. And then I drilled a hole and I put a screw up in there. So it tied it to that area. I did that on both sides. So it's a pretty simple structure. It's just 2 sides. Each 4 corners are pounded into the ground. And then they are attached to each side by those brackets and then braced by 2 of these. I also have this one pole I pounded into the ground here to where I can wrap from this pole here, so I can protect this pineapple peach from the west sun as well. But it doesn't need to go the whole way up yet. And check out my Aravaipa. This Aravaipa is so big, it already just this spring put on a whole foot of new growth from here to here. So this is actually probably gonna get a little bit tall for this structure this summer, but I have a plan for that. So I'll address that when it comes, but this Aravaipa is just blowing up. I got Jeremiah coming over, so thanks Jeremiah for helping out. What I really wanted to do, I wanted to get it all set up, and the carob tree was growing underneath there, so I actually had to trim up the carob a little bit under there. I got 2 ladders. I got a ladder behind the Aravaipa and this ladder here, so we can do this together as a 2-person team. I did it last year by myself, and it's a little bit of work. But anyways, everything's doing so good under this tropical section that is one of the key ingredients to growing tropicals in the desert here in Phoenix is shade for the first few years of summers. And Seamus sometimes says up to 5 summers of shade. But right now, through the summertime, definitely gonna keep them shaded and feed them and wood chip and do all the things that you're supposed to do so you can keep these trees happy. And if you feed your trees, they're gonna feed you. But also if you shade your trees, they're gonna survive when you wouldn't think that they would. And right now I'm getting so many mangoes on this little fruit punch. Check this out, I got this from Seamus. I'm getting like tons of mangoes on this one flower. I'm probably actually gonna have to pick some off because they're coming in so strong. And I want the tree to grow, but I'll probably leave a couple of them on, even on this flower. So the things I'm saying, just listen to me, because you know who I've listened to? I've listened to the masters. The people that inspire me definitely are Jake Mace for sure. He was my first inspiration, seeing his yard. And then seeing Jay Behringer's yard, and then meeting Greg Peterson, and meeting Seamus O'Leary, and we just have a great group of people out here. Brandon and Alyssa, I haven't gotten to know them too well, but I met them a couple times, and they're really, really great people. I love what everybody's doing. They're from Greenie's Garden. So Arizona's an amazing place, but just do what people say that know what they're talking about, like I started doing, and then things do well. You know, you're treating these plants well, you feed the plants well, you shade them well, and they will feed you. So anyways, we're gonna get to putting this shade structure up here shortly, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick introduction on the proper shade structure. Well, you could do shade structures many different ways, but this is a really great idea for a way to do it. And I'm gonna give you another idea in an upcoming video for a single tree. So if you need to shade a single tree, I have a really good idea for that. And I'm gonna do a video on that soon because I'm gonna have to shade some single trees as well. All right, these are the pieces of shade cloth that I actually took off of this structure last year. And I got this really long one that's gonna cover the whole length of the top of it and kind of wrap around down along the back there. And then I really just have a whole bunch of little pieces. This is folded once time in half, so it's twice the size of this. But I have about 5 pieces like that and a whole bunch of scraps. So right now my main goal is just to get this all covered. The other piece I have is this piece down here that I laid here. And I believe this piece actually goes just on the top here on this side. So I'm pretty sure that's how they fit in, and then I add some squares there, and a square over there, and a square there. So we'll see how this all works out. Now this shade cloth I got is pretty expensive when you buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's really not that inexpensive. But I did get a tip that you can get it at Harbor Freight. So check out Harbor Freight, see if you can get a cheaper shade cloth. I'm actually gonna be heading down there, see if I can get some shade cloths for a little bit more reasonable prices. And because I got a lot to shade this year, especially in the back. There's no canopy back there right now. It's just dirt. So in order to build something like this, it requires some man-made shade until your trees grow in, your canopy trees, which I'm using moringas to be my canopy trees. So a couple years, I'll have a canopy. So now we're just putting this shade cloth right over top. We attach it to the side. All right, let's take, is this the front?
This is how I have it right there.
There it is, sweet. We could reattach it once we kind of get it in place, just secure it here. Nice. And then I'll take this side.
We're just attaching this with zip ties because that's an easy way to do it.
After a whole season of zip ties, they will definitely get worn out and break, but you're gonna take this down after one season anyway. Okay, so that's pretty tight there. Awesome. There it is. Sweet. Here's another one for you.
Thanks, sir.
Uh-huh. You want to make sure your ladder's stable because I have so many wood chips and it's not a flat surface anymore.
It gets mushy. Coming down, though.
Isn't it nice in the shade?
It is. It's a lot warmer out here in the sun. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that right now.
Nice. Yes, perfect.
Oh, thank you, Don.
Okay. First round up. Now we got to tie this down here, and we have to put this whole other side up.
So you're going over there?
I'm gonna start on this corner. Yeah, we'll drag it that way.
I'll get in the middle. Or we got it. Never mind.
All right. See how far that side gets you? That will tell me where to go here.
I can get it right to this.
Right to that?
crossbeam.
Okay. All right. Cool.
it did kind of pull out last year in some big winds.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Well, no, it didn't pull all the way out.
You're not charging for it,
It's exciting giving him some shade.
yeah, I got the shade cloth up over that first year orange tree, and it has started to pop off. Once I put it up, I'll come back and graft something on there.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this little straggling piece, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well,
I might tie it.
start on.
I might just tie it with the rope to that piece. All right, let me get this. Oh, there we go.
Do them together.
Bring this up top. This one. Okay, sweet.
That's a lot.
Doesn't it? It changes everything in here.
It really does.
No, even you just standing here, it changes.
It makes, yeah, it feels so nice. I mean, imagine the trees, they're just saying thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I like this green gardening tape because it's pretty much very versatile. You could use it for a lot of things. And it's very stretchy, but it doesn't break unless you really go for it.
Where do you find that at?
You can get this at a nursery.
Okay.
Or on Amazon. So let me grab just this.
So the water go.
Oh, you got it. You got arms.
Got it.
All right. Well.
Do that little unsafe maneuver. Don't try that at home. So that's it for now. That's the beginning of the shade cloth. Thanks for helping me.
for
Jeremiah
having
and
us, sir.
Don. This is Don, by the way.
Good.
And this is Jeremiah. Jeremiah Marks, he has Encounter
Howdy.
Farm. Talk a little bit about that real quick.
There's a church down the street from me. It's got a 3/4 acre lot, and we're developing a whole lot of food to be able to give to people here in the valley that are homeless or are hungry, just so they can have food to eat.
Yes.
Kinda what the church would do, I would think.
I love it. Yeah, it's such an awesome project, and basically provided an area where people could just come dump their chips.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So now how many truckloads have you probably got? Like 100
I
or
don't know.
something? I mean, it's like an acre?
Yeah, 3/4.
It's like 3/4 of an acre, and
Yep.
it's loaded in chips now. He covered the whole thing in chips, which is the right move. Good
Yep,
call.
absolutely.
And him and Don have been making that whole farm happen.
We get out there every day, Don, don't we?
So it's an amazing thing. I think people should grow more food and give more of it away to people that need it. So I don't know. I love Encounter Farm.
I appreciate how much you're helping us. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Oh,
much, sir.
dude,
I really
anytime, of
appreciate
course.
it.
Well, thanks for coming over and helping me with my shade cloth.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is where I did most of my videos last year because it's so nice in there.
It feels good with the breeze coming in,
Yeah.
that shade, yeah.
So, all right, dude. Well, I'm gonna show Jeremiah and Don a little bit more around Stonehaven, but it is pretty much officially up right now. It definitely doesn't look the most beautiful, but it works. So the top is up. This is great. Kind of comes out a little further on this side, which is nice. And then that side starts there. And so what I got to do now is I got to add a nice chunk back there and tie this side down. And as you can see, it's gonna kind of touch the tree, and you don't want that. So I'm gonna have to probably put a stake out here so it stays away from the tree. You definitely don't want it rubbing on the branches and the leaves and stuff like that. So it's all looking good. It feels amazing under here, and it's just an amazing habitat. So I'm creating a microclimate before this carob tree branches out over top of all these. And then the Aravaipa and the carob are just gonna like meet. So by the way, it's an Aravaipa avocado. I just keep mentioning it as an Aravaipa, but it's an Aravaipa avocado. And there are a couple avocados coming up in on the tree. A couple of the flowers started to set some avocados. So if you don't think you can fruit avocados in the desert, think again. But I haven't done it all the way yet. I haven't eaten them, so I'll keep you updated on that. And I'll show you these little mangoes again. Makes me happy. Got a little more work to do. Tie this stuff down, and I will show you guys when it's finished what this new shade structure looks like to make all my trees nice and happy for the summertime. And that castor bean, I put it right there so it will grow up, because my Kerry mango is not underneath this shade here. So what I really put this there right next to the Kerry mango, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's growing straight up above the Kerry. Plant some more fruit trees at your house and put a shade structure up in Phoenix for the summertime, and you're gonna be really, really happy.